For sure. I think this hero is being experimented with a lot. It is not a hero that is hard to play per se, but still he brings some things to the table that you really need to use in your scrims to have a good idea. Am I gonna be using my ulti aggressively, defensively? When am I gonna be leaving my lane? Am I gonna go into Vanguard plus Blink? Am I gonna get Vanguard Hood plus Blink? Those are all pretty normal questions that you ask yourself when you pick up this hero. So you do want to try it out a little bit more, and with it being tried out a bit more, then if it's doing well, people are going to be more and more afraid of it, obviously.
Ember and the Winter Wyvern brought up here. Kind of like the Winter Wyvern as a preemptive setup hero and a saving hero. It doesn't really answer the Ember Spirit directly unless it's like a BKB Ember Spirit. In that case, you would love to use the Curse just to wear out that BKB timer, which would work out nicely. But I feel like there's something to HYDRA why this Wyvern still feels like a bit of a niche pick. It just doesn't quite seem to fit in for some reason.
You mean with the Mars and the Rubik?
Yeah, something's telling you like when you look at the synergy in the team looking pretty good. Like with the Mars, it's pretty nice, but the heroes you're playing against, I'm not sure if this is gonna be a good Wyvern game, to be honest.
Well, Wyvern currently is a pretty solid hero overall. In Dota, you can always find a way to implement a support into a draft, especially a support with a save and then ulti that can stop the advance of the opponents. You could say that they want to initiate with the Mars, blow someone up. Tiny helps with that one, and then when the turnaround is there, because NoSorry have really good heroes, you kill the Ember Spirit. Let's say the Jugger starts spinning towards you, then you really have the Winter's Curse to bail yourself out. So you can put it that way. I think that is the best idea, that you're going to be utilizing the Winter Wyvern in particular in this game, and of course you have the Tiny in the lane to heal him up to full, just because of the percentage based heal from your third spell.
Yeah, with the Tiny, I can understand the reasoning for the Winter Wyvern. The heal is very good with strength heroes, so it does sit in nicely. But just by itself with the Rubik and the Mars, I feel like you're not really helping win a lane against NoSorry's current picks, which might be something that HYDRA has to kind of capitalize on. The early minutes and how much the Wyvern gives you that security in the laning stage, and pulling off your game from there. But with the Tiny, if they decide to put this as their duo, I'm feeling a bit more relieved already, like seeing the fallout from HYDRA. So it was definitely something that they planned all along. But we've got the Ember Coddle. A lot of minus reduction or cast time reduction onto the slates from the Ember Spirit. You can even go for double slates with this. What's the best thing you're looking at when Coddle is picked into this team for NoSorry, when you have Marcy Jug and Ember Spirit? Who gets the biggest benefit from the Coddle?
For sure the Ember. It's gonna be Ember and the Coddle that are playing together. Once the Ember gets his slide and chains up, the damage output is gonna be insane, both magical and physical combined. So you're looking for the Ember to play with him. Before that, you're probably gonna be seeing Coddle out pushing waves, stacking some jungle, and of course, if NoSorry get a good offlaner to lane with the Coddle, they're gonna be quite happy with it. HYDRA, they ban out the Batrider, but a Sand King comes to mind as a good one. Bristleback always pretty solid.
Yeah,
CK used to be okay. Even still, he would be fine. But the illusions in this game in particular just aren't gonna be that great. And NoSorry, they banned the Bristleback themselves, so they're expecting the Tiny potentially to be in the mid lane as well, which I wouldn't mind at all. You are playing against the Keeper of Light. You want a Blink Tiny to be able to kill him.
And do you remember the game HYDRA played against Empire when Rari went for the Bristleback?
Yes.
That was a pretty nuts game in general. 31-minute victory where they just, well, you could say they stomped Empire in the way with Viper and Bristleback and DK, Shaman, and Marcy. So it's also something that they were thinking about. Let's not get Rory get his Bristleback into the safe lane. There's the Viper ban coming out.
The teams are putting a lot of favor in heroes that might not need a BKB. So a tanky hero that has some damage reduction is always gonna be quite nice. That's why Bristleback is making a comeback. Also, some of the heroes that are in meta, mostly also in the Eastern European region, like the Visage, really hate playing against the hero, especially in lane. So you know, just with that, the hero is gonna start being picked up more and more.
Still plenty of time. 40 seconds on the clock for NoSorry, and the final pick to fill in their draft. Potential offlaner is still open. They banned Centaurs and Bats and Vipers so that Slardar could go through, and Slardar's a pretty good pick here against the Tiny, first of all. And I think this really enables the Ember Spirit here. This is a lot of buffs Ember is getting. The Coddle for the cooldown reduction and the extra mana, Slardar for the extra damage and the visibility, and Ember can have a much more freer game. But Rory is going to give up the tempo control and bring out the Bloodseeker.
I have to say, I didn't really like the Slardar pick that much. I guess it's mostly to secure yourself a fast Roche. When you're a Radiant side, you know, the Dire side is on the bottom part of the map, and you just run into the Roche from your triangle, kill it fast enough. We've seen so many teams come to the Roche when it's like 30% HP and then be able to turn around the fight. Now with the Slardar, it might not be as easy, but when Slardar is not the last pick, you can get a hero with 1 billion armor like the Seeker in your face, and then suddenly your laning phase isn't that great. You're not a mana hungry hero, so you know you don't get much from the Keeper, and it's okay, he's gonna be laning with the Marcy. Okay, that makes it a little bit more understandable, but I'd rather that NoSorry were like laning the Keeper with something like a Sand King, a mana hungry hero that benefits from the lane being pushed out, and Marcy then helping the Juggernaut get kills, because the Keeper is just gonna push out the lane, and then the Jugger doesn't have that much kill potential. So not the biggest fan of the last pick of NoSorry for sure.
Let's see what they can work out with this. At least it goes well with the Marcy, so that they have this triple stun combo as well, because they have the Slithering Crush, the Bash, and the Dispose, plus the Slow, and of course the extra lifesteal that can be beneficial for this Slardar well, not necessarily in the laning stage, but right after, like once you hit level 6 and that minus armor provides you with that extra damage. The lifesteal is going to be pretty nice that this Marcy will provide through Sidekick. And of course, the slow, which can always go up to 60%, which is nice. But the triple stun, I think that's something that they want to play around with. We have seen NoSorry play an aggro tri-lane before. So let's see, after this smoke, how do they set themselves up?
Overall, I'm liking the potential for NoSorry's aggression in this game. Constant poke, and then these fast heroes that can actually commit and kill a hero. You also have a pretty solid way to outpush. The thing is, though, I still like HYDRA's lineup more. Asgold is pretty good at catching the supports who would like to split push. The laning phase should be okay for the side of HYDRA, unless of course there's some tri-lane shenanigans happening. And okay, they even get the ward down. And on the other hand, HYDRA also have really solid heroes to push out the waves. Mars, Tiny, Rubik, the Winter Wyvern. So I don't see NoSorry getting a lot of like map control just out of Coddles using the Illuminate to split push or push out the lanes. So overall, I think HYDRA have all the tools in this game to deal with NoSorry. It just comes down to it: are you gonna get surprised with the constant poke?
Corvo is already going to take the early spin damage from the Juggernaut, as Dream will take him down to less than 150 HP. Mars will not get the chance to respond to this. Bounty runes, all 4 of them for NoSorry. That's a plain 0 for HYDRA to start things off with.
And Koval and ICQ have 2 tangos without any gold from the bounties. So that's a problem. That's really a big problem. And it's not like you don't have heroes to contest the runes. I mean, Bloodrite, Winter Wyvern, Rubik, Mars, and even the Tiny, all of these heroes are very good level 1. So I feel like it's something that should not have happened.
Also, like, look at the way that they set these lanes up as well. Yond, the pos 4 for NoSorry, will be playing the safe lane support, while Black Archangel is going to be in the top lane with the Coddle. So they also have this support flexibility, which is something that I really like to see. Because you're like, but they're both supports, right? but at the same time, they're not exactly the same type of support role. So you have two players in this team, for NoSorry, who are capable of switching things up. And some teams, even in Division 1, might do this, but we more see it in the form of demoting a hero from a core position to a support position if we feel like this Sand King could do more as a 4 with just Burrow Strike, but we might need the support that we have as a +4 to really shine up and bring us the early damage, so let him get like mid XP or something like that. You know, things like these. Getting too long here with my tangent. The thing that I like is that they have this capability to flex the positions and already doing a lot of damage onto this Rubik, and that might just be a no! Denied! 20 HP is going to be enough for Koval to get out.
You started talking about the supports and them changing the positions in this game. Whoever plays the Coddle is going to be getting more farm. There's just no doubt about it. And I understand that you don't want to Coddle on the bottom lane because he doesn't bring anything to the jug.
Yeah.
And the Slardar is going to suffer on the top lane a little bit. So, you know, you do want to be able to push out lane. And speaking about suffering...
Lane and suffering. HYDRA will be the ones to take the first blood because they weren't able to kill the Rubik, but they're able to finish off last hero. Kicked will be the moment to take it. Rory with the blood right. And we have the slows from the Splinter Blast and from the burn. Bottom spin used onto the Mars as well. Marcy on top of the Mars. And speared under the tower, and that looks like Yond about to go down. A lot of healing coming through. Not gonna be enough. Mars will live. Marcy will not.
Yep, just one letter. That's or one sound is gonna be what keeps one of these heroes alive, though. Marcy, she needed like 1 more second for a dispose. If he had gotten the dispose off, the damage would have been enough to kill the Mars, and he does go down in the end. That is quite unfortunate. This bottom lane, NoSorry should be winning. That's why they're going overly aggressive. Usually you wait for the Juggernaut to get level 3 for 2 points in Blade Fury, but they were kind of seeing top lane we're getting crushed, bottom lane we should be stronger. Let's go a little bit more aggressive. But it doesn't work out.
I love how Black Archangel was for a moment trying to pull the easy camp away with Illuminate, so Kicked wouldn't be able to connect the pull, but they did unfortunately go all the way back. And Dream will get a response kill this time. Mars spun to death under the tower. Rubik there as well. I think Dream was really looking to capitalize on that first kill of his in the lane as well, because he's been denied it like 2 or 3 times already. Rubik TPing away. You have a low HP Mars under the tower. Oh, he survived again. Oh, I lost my support. So now he gets 1 on the board as well.
What is happening in the mid lane? Like, Tiny has 12 CS less than the Ember Spirit, and it's not like it's only creeps from the jungle. Manic is crushing him here in the lane. I'm not sure how that happens. Tiny is actually a hero that doesn't really lose matchups, especially not to another melee hero. You have good animation for your attack. You have really good damage. And he got destroyed. He's almost being doubled. This is something that I'd say never see in Asgold. He's not one that loses mid lane often. You know, this guy in the worst case scenario, he's gonna be even.
Yeah, that is true. That is very surprising that he is getting this much of an advantage through the mid lane. Because I feel like there's just been very good resource management from Manic, because he's always chaining up the Tiny, so he's missing out on 1 or 2 last hits. He's poking the Tiny as much as he can. When he went for the 1-1-1 build, he would have that 1 point in Flame Guard, but Tiny can't really use his full combo to just burst through that Flame Guard, because his mana pool isn't really sufficient enough to keep on doing it. I feel maybe Ascald's been playing a bit more passive and just allowing Manic to kind of get away with it. So that's definitely maybe some error that has happened maybe in his thought process during the lane, but maybe he can salvage from it. Juggernaut getting spun, not actually getting tossed into a spear.
Top lane?
Telekinesis almost getting that kill, and now Winter Wyvern in the middle. Rory will take a double blast as well. Bloodright connects onto the Slardar, but they're turning around. They're man fighting this, and they will get it. Rory also gets the heal out of last hero. And a couple pokes as well onto this Caudle. And
He
onto
has to be
Dawn, of
careful.
course, so, they're still wanting to go. Oh, didn't get quite. What the heck was that Illuminate? That wasn't even close. That would have been the kill right there, but they miss it.
Yeah, he started casting it, Rari was still too fast. Oh, he has mana now. Rari really playing with fire here. You're still against 3 heroes. You have to be very careful what you're doing. But in the end, that's gonna be quite nice for him. He started running to the right side, so there was the Illuminate there, and then he switched to the left. Yep. So Jan couldn't really toss him in.
This is so weird right now. Dream's gotta be careful as well. The creep wave was glyphed, so he couldn't spin any creeps to death, and they were encroaching on him with ICQ and Koval. You've got Ember Juggernaut in bottom, you have an empty mid lane where Ascald is now solo farming, and you have an aggro tri-lane for NoSorry. This has got to be out of the ordinary Dota for the first 7 minutes, and I'm kind of liking that there's a bit of this, this chaos. There's a bit of chaos in here.
The only lane that went the way that we kind of expected it to go was the top lane. In the bottom we expected more kills for the Juggernaut and the Marcy. The mid lane we expected an even footing, but that didn't happen. The only lane that kind of played out the way we expected is Seeker getting pretty solid farm, and the Slardar surviving there with normal amount of CS, but still 2 deaths to his name. So that's the only normal one.
Yon is about to fall, but gets the dispose out spin onto 2. Beautiful damage, and here comes the Ember Spirit. Manic with a rotation, and ICQ is down. They won't be able to get this Rubik unless they dive under the tower. Omni Slash is gonna not be quite enough, so he has to even use the Remnant Jump and make sure he gets the kill. So they will get both of them in the end, and Marcy lives. That's the scary thing. You stack up next to each other, you don't quite get the Marcy, she will dispose of you. And then you get this double spin damage. And
top lane.
Nice little chase here under the tower, roly-poly around the tier 1 tower. Rari will get blocked Black Archangel. And last hero on the chase. He's got his bash loaded up, but Seeker's a bit too fast. And now into mid, so even more action. And we're able to jump out though.
He barely got the mana for the Remnant there. Ascald, he called Kowal there to attempt to go for the kill, knowing that the Ember was low on resources, but he had just enough to survive, and of course it's an Ember Spirit, so he'll be back in the mid lane in no time, and meanwhile Black Archangel is going to be pushing in. This is not looking the greatest for HYDRA, considering, you did do well on the top lane, but the Slardar still got a decent amount of farm. The Ember got too much, and Black Archangel, this guy just needs a few more levels, and him and the Ember are gonna be causing chaos around the map. So HYDRA, they're gonna be on a timing to make something happen in the next few minutes. The problem is you don't have a blink on a Tiny, and he's not even close. It's not gonna happen soon.
No dispose for Marcy. Ascald just tosses Marcy back whence she came from, and they're gonna smoke up right away. I like the idea. They literally just walked out of vision for a quick smoke and trying to surprise Dream, but there's vision. And Dream's gonna be walking out, but telekinesis range just needs a little bit more and get into the arms of Ascald, but he's too fast for Koval. Face boots to safety. ICQ is gonna be there to push out the wave, so let's see if they wait for a bit longer, because Ascald doesn't want to miss this rotation. He's already spent some time making his way here.
And now
just smoke the top.
Yep. Okay, the Seeker is out.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
You even see the Wyvern. You even see the Wyvern. Juggernaut's still hiding under the tower. They're waiting for this move to happen in top.
Radiant's bottom tower
and then Jug will make the judgment call. Do I just spin teleport out, as he's doing right now? He's gone, and now they're doing the dive onto kicked.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
He didn't get the chains off.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
Well, this is turning into a costly chase. At least space is being created by the Winter Wyvern, so everybody lives, nobody dies.
No melting of the ice today for the Ember. HYDRA, they dodged this move quite nicely. The problem, of course, the tower will be taking a ton of damage, but there is a trade, so both of the tier 1s likely to drop mid lane.
Yeah. Too far. Misses the avalanche.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
The
Power is still up though.
this is the main reason I didn't like the Slardar pick, you know, other than of course being able to counter it in lane when you see it and you haven't picked your carry just yet. But the Juggernaut is going for a Battle Fury. Right now, I would argue that Maelstrom is the best Juggernaut build just because of how well it goes with the Shard. And now you can see he's going for a Battle Fury because he knows that he has the minus armor potential coming out from the Slardar. So he isn't really going to be focusing on his spin and the Shard. He's going to be focusing on farming, maybe getting an Aghanim Scepter somewhere down the line to be able to dish out the physical damage. And in my mind, that is not how a Jugger should work right now. Maybe it changes a bit with the Corrosive Haze, but definitely not the optimal way to play the Jugger.
He is still top of net worth at least, so I guess he's feeling comfortable going with this Battle Fury build for himself. We see a lot of Blink Daggers are being queued up as well. Marcy and the Tiny. I believe the Slardar would also want his. He's basically got 1,700 gold already in his pocket. Saved up the money for it. Koval spotted by Yond. All he needs is to jump to get closer, and then Omni Slash without hesitation onto the Rubik. And Rari will rupture Marcy. Spear, rupture, toss.
That's a lot of throwing around of the Marcy for sure.
Yeah, that's
Right
a lot of movement damage, you could say.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, the teams, they don't want to fight too hard without their Blink Daggers, but those are going to be coming out soon. Before those, you're just going to be controlling the areas. The problem I see for HYDRA is that NoSorry, they have this potential to poke, and then jump when they want to finish you off. And HYDRA, they have to kill someone from 100 to 0 when they use their spells, and that immediately puts you at a disadvantage.
Fighting in the jungle, though. ICQ. He's a bit too far this time. Mars down. Kill number 6 for NoSorry. This game has started exactly as we anticipated and hoped to see, that there's going to be a lot of action between NoSorry and HYDRA. Kicked, getting pushed back to the high ground, but he still had his Arctic Burn up, able to fly back to the low ground and to the safety of the tower. Yond getting some solo XP for himself. We have a blink on the Tiny now. And Koval's got a smoke ready, so I'm pretty sure they're going to go. But who do they go at, or who they go on?
The question is, can they kill the Ember during the Flame Guard? They definitely cannot. So they have to find an opening. Black Archangel is actually a really good target to start things off.
That's a good go, yeah, for sure. Waiting for a spell to steal. Nothing to grab. Ember's gonna be out. Black Archangel down. And drawing a little triangle. On the bottom half of the map, Coddle's Rari is over here. Should we do something about this Bloodseeker? He's just free farming.
So right now, NoSorry definitely at an advantage, not only because of the gold, but because you saw HYDRA, they have to smoke for a kill. NoSorry, they don't have to. NoSorry can control. Oh, Ember? He's gonna be fine.
They don't have the damage. Like, that's 1,600 HP. It's not nearly enough.
Kicked in some trouble as well.
Yeah, he got the D-ward. Can give his life away, but does he need to is the question. Good combo coming out. Doesn't really do much damage, though. That's only a level 1 blood right. Coddle thrown into the air. That's going to be a 1-for-1. Manic keeping Ascol and Rari at bay. They found Koval on the other side of the fight, and here comes ICQ. Is he too far, though? Oh, actually, Yond goes in and goes for the dispose on Mars. Doesn't even care. Ascol with the full-on combo. Rupture going to be placed down as well. NoSorry will find 2, maybe 3 as Ascol is down, and HYDRA suddenly have to pay the ultimate price in the name of the team wipe as Dream gets a triple kill. And all that sparks from that moment is one dying after another dying and a third dying, and a Mars coming to rescue your support gets disposed. And that costs the rest of your cores to die, and that's everyone dead.
This is the thing, because of how badly the mid lane went, the Tiny got his blink a little bit too late. And you know what HYDRA did 3 minutes ago, they should have been doing like 5 to 7 minutes ago. And then if they would have just been a little bit stronger, you might be able to survive this. But the difference in lineups is NoSorry, they can fight constantly. They don't care if they don't get the right initiation. And HYDRA, they can only fight with the right initiation. You kill the Coddle, but the rest of the pack will be able to chase you down. So that is the big problem for them. And now, what you're waiting for is the BKB on the Bloodseeker to be able to fight a long drawn-out fight. And before that, you can only get pickoffs. And again, you only have a limited amount of smokes. So this puts HYDRA at a big disadvantage. Bottom lane.
Yeah, it's going to be the Slardar that's going to be grabbed. Just need a bit more distance to close in, but he's going to be able to blink away. They just didn't have the lockdown. Didn't get the telekinesis. That would have been the one ability they needed to connect that kill. It's not going to happen. And the mid tower is already being pummeled, and Kicked has been located. Yon's going to be there, tossing the Wyvern, Manning rooting him on the spot, and doing the chain damage there as well. And here's Rari finding one. Unleash being used by Yon, jumping straight into the arms of Rari. Rari getting disposed as they get the catch on one again. Rari down to half HP, but has the Ember Spirit finally taken too much that he can bite. He's barely getting the slate off, and a Remnant jump as well. He's still got the chains, and he's going to turn around to Rari. Yes, he will. He will get the kill. He will take down Rari as he falls himself. Koval will be given this one. And Rubik has taken Dispose, so that's a good spell to have. But that's a 3 for 2 for HYDRA.
Overall, in terms of numbers, HYDRA should be happy. Though they lost the Seeker, this is their timing. This is the guy that's going to be allowing them to fight a long fight. So in that regard, you're not happy. And also, you're killing heroes on your part of the map. If this was NoSorry's part of the map, HYDRA would again lose all of their heroes. So there's definitely a big difference in strength right now. This is just, you have solid lanes and you lose them. This is what the outcome will be. So again, HYDRA, the plan stays the same. Wait for the BKB, but Rari understands that he has to join the fights. This is why Seeker is such a hard hero in games like these. You know that you have to help your team, but it's too hard to do so.
Yeah, that is definitely what it is. You don't have a stun for yourself. You don't have a slow for yourself. It's all about silencing, movement damage, positioning, and utilizing that passive. So you got to rely on your teammates to do some damage to enable you, and you just need to handle the rest. It's a bit of a difficult situation for him to be in as a melee hero. Imagine if Bloodseeker was a ranged hero. He would be really good.
Yeah, for sure, you know. But luckily he's not. Meanwhile, in the river.
Exactly. Let's see what they can get here as Rubik hasn't really got anywhere to go, but the arena onto 2, the curse onto 2, as the Ember Spirit on the side about to drop low. Manic almost dead, able to do another jump, but the avalanche is beautiful from Ascol, and will connect onto the Omni Slash is coming in as well, and that's going to take down Ascol and almost the Mars as well, and the spin will do the rest. And Koval, where are you going to go? You're getting spun to death. You've got Disposed, but he gives away his life. They've also caught Kicked here. He is slowed, pushed into the arms of Dream. Here comes last here for the Blink Stun. And you have just given an ultra kill to the Juggernaut. Dream 11, 0, and 2 on the Jug. 12.3k net worth Battle Fury Jug. He doesn't even need to farm creeps when he can farm heroes.
With the Jug being this farmed and going for the right-click build, the one that is not as popular right now, the Seeker gets the BKB and it doesn't change much. The way that HYDRA need to go back into this game is not timings, it's nothing like that. You need a good curse, and you need to, if you are losing the fight, you need to lose it on the enemy part of the map. It's a problem, you lost it in the river, so now the Roche goes away, and it's always going to be the case when playing against the lineup that can poke, and then go in. I think the timing for HYDRA is gone. Now it's time for outplays. You have the Tiny, you have the Winter Wyvern, and also you have the Mars. So you have some ways to move your opponents, to pin them against each other. It's not like they don't have the tools. It's just if NoSorry do everything right in this game, HYDRA is not gonna have a chance.
Yeah, it does feel like the Bloodseeker needs to have more levels at this point. He should already have a maxed out Blood right by now, which is a big source of damage, especially when they combine it with the arena. Mars with the shard, also able to pin down 2 heroes at the same time, would be a great thing to have, because like we saw in that last fight, you had a Mars arena on 2, you had a curse on 2 other heroes. You had 4 heroes locked down during that team fight, and you couldn't really get any of them killed. So that's a difficulty for HYDRA. And we'll find a DD rune for themselves while they are about to lose their top tower. Glyph used.
Middle tower.
A refreshed Glyph for NoSorry if they wish to use it for a push, potentially.
The mid lane tower against the Tiny with a blink when it falls is kind of a nightmare for supports. The reason why NoSorry let it go in favor of the tier 2 is when now with the top part of the map taken, NoSorry supports will be playing there. So you're controlling a part of the map that where if the Tiny goes in there, he's just gonna die. So you understand that leaving the mid lane tower to die now 20 minutes in just isn't gonna be that much of a problem for your supports any longer. So NoSorry just systematically now can start doing everything Black Archangel, stays in the area that's protected, is forcing HYDRA heroes to TP, and once they do, then NoSorry it will be time for them to take over the bottom part of the map, the only one that they're not controlling.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
Yeah, Black Archangel just keeping the top lane pushed in. Dream will happily siege this mid tower. Bloodseeker's BKB is finished, so that will give Rory some security to fight, but that still doesn't take away the threat of Omni Slash. Omni Slash will still deal a hefty amount of damage through the BKB if he's the one targeted by it. ICQ in
They're
the front.
pulling them
Vanek.
into the base.
Vanek unable to get, actually unable, sorry, ICQ unable to get instantly away as he got rooted, but no teleport under the tower, so he is doing it the old-fashioned way. But is this the mistake that he is doing? Might run into NoSorry. Yep, they see him.
You have to leave one hero there if you're in a deficit like this. That's why NoSorry just smoked immediately. HYDRA as well. They're waiting to see someone on the map, to see someone pushing out lanes to get themselves out. You have been forced in your base, so you have to get out. On the other hand, NoSorry, they want the entire map. They will take the bottom part of it, and then on top lane you gank, on the bottom lane you control.
Very good moves from ICQ here. And finally gets into the tree line before Black Archangel arrives. Scan misses as well, so he will have a successful run. Very good read from him. Having an idea where NoSorry most likely is, and doing a very random route out. So he able to get back home to his friends.
If he had gotten caught somewhere in the triangle or at the close to his tier 1, the side of NoSorry would have the option to just run into the enemy big jungle and take away all of the farm of the map from HYDRA for the next minute or so until the Mars is back up. So it was very crucial that ICQ survived. You know, sure, the goal lead is still gonna be going towards NoSorry, but that's just because they're so much stronger at this time and you have to dodge them. But at least you didn't put your team in a position that they can't get anything.
Selfless act, in a sense. The Aegis is about to run out in 50 seconds. So I wouldn't be too surprised if NoSorry would actually poke the high ground here. At least they want to force them back to base. As you can see, the Juggernaut is just charging onto the high ground. He doesn't see anybody here. Look at his vision. The only one defending currently is the Rubik. They see Mars coming in the river. So as long as they see the Mars on the map, just keep on going. Just keep on doing your thing. Asgold in the tree line. TP coming in from the Mars, who has been spotted. There's also a ward outside, and here's the lift, but the lift did not land into the spear, so bit of a communication failure there.
For sure. I'm doubting that there was even any communication. They're going for him.
Asgold tosses the creep instead. If they can kill him now, that would be big, but can they get to him? This is the race to the Aegis, basically, and there it is, and it's broken! Omni Slash onto the Bloodseeker! Rory about to fall right away, spinning outside of the arena as well. Slardar getting cursed in the middle, and the Ember getting the jump on Rory, takes down the Bloodseeker, and NoSorry, they have the advantage. Two-man stun from the Slardar on the Rubik and the Winter Wyvern, and chasing Kobold towards his death. He is broken inside the base. As that Corrosive Haze removes all of the armor off of that Rubik, and Manic with the DD rune hacking over Asgold. Asgold's got enough much to do here. Spear lands onto the Slardar. Yon coming in with a Dispose, moving the Mars all the way to the back, and Dream will finish off Asgold while the rest clear out the Mars out of the way. And GG has been called. NoSorry. Domination.
beautiful performance from start to finish. You could argue that after the laning stage, the job wasn't that hard for them, but you know, from our perspective, you can always say, okay, they should be doing this, and this because we have all the info, but still you aren't really sure if that's the right move. Still in this game, they knew exactly, okay, guys, we did well in the laning phase. Now what do? We followed the Ember with the Coddle. We just force them back. Even if we are fighting them, we're fighting them on their side of the map. And if they come to this area, we crush them with EP all of their heroes. HYDRA, they've tried to focus on fights in the river because they understood the importance of the mid lane tower, but there they understood that if you're not ahead, you're gonna get crushed by NoSorry. And you know, it just comes down to it. It was mechanical execution in the lanes that lost you the game, and you cannot allow that to happen at this level of Dota. So Asgold, you know, you really have to step it up.
Asgold, yeah, rough game for him for sure. I'm not sure if he was prepared for what was happening here today, at least for the first game. But NoSorry as well. Like if you look at that last fight, all they needed to do was just 1-2 good clicks, and that's all they needed. The Aegis bait worked out perfectly for them. The Juggernaut was low, and he was just low enough for them to take the bait. And of course, it was Rari, the one who gets hit by the Omni Slash. That BKB will do nothing to save the Bloodseeker, and then he just basically got blown up after that. So simple as it was, NoSorry was the better team in game number 1. We are going to take a tiny break, though, as usual. Set our things up for game number 2. Let the players take a tiny break, as we will also, and we shall see you in just a moment. So don't disappear anywhere. Maybe get a drink or something if you need to, but after that, it's go time.